What's going on, internet? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, if there's one thing that I know, it is that gaming is not a poor man's hobby. I mean, if you're here, obviously you love gaming, or you probably like to laugh, or to be honest, these days I don't know why y'all are here, but thank you for subscribing. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. But anyway, listen, like I said, gaming is not a poor man's hobby. You have to have some type of income in order to get into this hobby. I mean, whether you're a console gamer, a PC gamer, or both, you need some disposable income. I mean, think about it. You got to buy the new console. You got to get a couple games with it. You got to get a couple controllers. If you're on console, I mean, you gotta pay for the online, even with Nintendo nowadays. I mean, PC, you gotta buy the parts, and I mean, that's pretty much it in the games. But I mean, it's expensive. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I know that a lot of you out there are struggling, so I know it's gonna make you happy to know that there might be a fourth contender, another contender throwing their hat into this gaming realm. Now, what am I talking about? Rumor! Google is rumored, and I repeat, rumored, to be working on their own video gaming console. Now, if you want to read this article, there's a link in the description box below, but if you don't, I'll break it down for you, and I'll even give my opinion, throw a little bit in there. So here's what we know about this Google gaming console. The game console will include a quote, and this is the interesting part, it will include a game streaming service similar to like PlayStation Now or the GeForce streaming service. And this is really interesting to me too, because the source, it didn't state whether or not this will be a traditional console with a streaming service on it like PlayStation Now, or this will just be a console with a streaming service on it. Because if it's a console with just a streaming service, why not Google just release a TV with the streaming service built in and like supply the controller? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been rumors that PlayStation wanted to do something like that. So why not Google do something like that? It seems like a waste of money to create a whole box just so that we can stream from it. That seems pretty fucking stupid. So I would hope that it's a regular console. And if it is a regular console, I would hope that it's more powerful than the PS4 Pro. It has to be, if they come out with a console, let's say next year, it has to be on par with at least the Xbox One X, because I don't know if you guys are paying attention. I know when I came home, I was talking to some people, and a lot of people didn't catch this at the Xbox conference for E3. Phil Spencer said on stage that they are currently working on, my fucking hair, they're currently working on the next Xbox. So they're working on the next generation of hardware, and the Xbox One X, I own one. It's a pretty piece of powerful hardware for a console. So like if they come out with a console next year, it has to be on par with at least the Xbox One X. It's got to be able to do 4K 30 FPS at least, preferably 60 FPS. But like, we don't know. We don't know. Is it going to be a console that streams, or is it going to be a console that plays games and it streams? That should be interesting. Also, they said that they're in talks with big name studios. They're trying to bring them on board to either create games for their platform, and Google is trying to acquire different studios, which is a big deal, because I mean, Google's one of those companies. Like I've always said, if another tech company is going to get into gaming, it's either going to be Apple or Google. They've got the money to throw around. They could end up buying up all these studios. We saw that Microsoft has been doing it. They acquired a bunch of studios. They revealed at E3. Everybody got excited about that. I wasn't 100% sure why, because that means we're not going to see any games for at least 2-3 years, but whatever. So yeah, Google could be trying to acquire your favorite game studio. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know, because Google doesn't have a proven track record in the gaming realm. We don't know how they would, we don't know if they would be EA or if they would be CD Projekt Red. I know I just compared a studio to a publisher, but CD Projekt Red actually publishes their own game. Never mind. Anyways, supposedly this Google console is going to utilize the power of Google's cloud to quote unquote pull the weight, and this kind of aligns with the what I was talking about earlier with the whole streaming thing. How is that going to work? And they're saying supposedly the cloud. Do they have the servers to do that? Also, let's say that this is a purely streaming console. Do you want to play a game like Street Fighter or Tekken, you know, like online fighters and stuff, like games where you need precision, where you need that very, very low ping? What's the latency going to be on that is what I'm trying to say. Do we want to play games from the cloud? I mean, let's keep it real here. We've been waiting for Crackdown 3 for like 10 years now, and that's supposed to use the power of the cloud. You see how that's working. So do we really want a console that's purely based off the cloud? And then last but not least, the last rumor that they're saying about this whole Google console is YouTube will be deeply integrated into it. You'll be able to pull up walkthroughs if you get stuck in the game from your console. So let's say, I don't know, you're playing Metal Gear Solid 5, you get stuck at one part because it's like an open world game. Right from the console, you'll be able to open up the YouTube app and pull up a walkthrough that can help you cheat your way through the game. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. I have a couple questions for myself. So these rumors sound interesting, but like, what's the pricing on the games going to be? Because if this is just going to be a streaming box that's going to be bringing in third-party games that are old, they can't be priced at $60. We're going to have to get these $30 to $20 games, 40 max. Also, like, what other type of app integrations is it going to have? Is it going to have like Netflix, Hulu, Pornhub? Definitely need to get our I don't know if you guys know, like, Pornhub has become a very good place for gaming conversations. You can get a lot of different tips and tricks and stuff on Pornhub. So, but yeah, what the fuck do y'all think of this Google console? Like, Project Yeti, what would it be called? The Google box? I don't know. The Gundam box? I don't know. Like the God box, maybe. I don't know. Like, do y'all even want to see another console from a competitor? Like, I personally think more competition is good. If Google could come in the game and help lower the prices on everything else, hey, that's good for everybody else. It's just, is there room for another console in the market? I mean, the last console, what is it? We got 3 right now, 3 major. The fourth one was Sega, and that was back in 2001. I mean, like, half y'all watching this video wasn't even born to that year, so that's crazy. Y'all don't even remember when Sega used to make consoles. God damn, I'm getting old. What's his name? But yeah, do y'all want to see another 4th player in the market? Could you imagine like a Google press conference at E3 next year? Do you think a Google console could work, or do you care? Do you not care? What do you think it needs to work? And could you see yourself giving up your PlayStation, your Xbox, or even your PC or your Switch for a Google Gundam or a Google God box? I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, like I just said. Also, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Just trying something new. We're talking about all the hot topics and stuff like that. I thought this was pretty interesting, so let me know. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. And thanks for watching my video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you'll never miss another video. Also, consider pledging my Patreon. It helps keep the lights on. There's a link in the description box below. Peace.